Cancer rules the home, right? And the home is also a reflection of the womb. It offers you protection. It buffers you from the elements, from the outer world, so that you can emotionally process. And so let's look at some of these houses here. So speaking of my lineage, this is a traditional Slavic home that was from about 600 to 700 AD. It was a pit house. So it was dug down into the earth, and pit houses were actually really common in the southwestern United States. So to me, pit houses have a very womb tomb type of vibe to them. And my sacred partner, Dean, who asked if he could join my class tonight, and he's not making it. And I was like, thank God, because I'll probably get nervous, but he will be joining in the future. He's an archaeologist, and he actually built a pit house up in Williams that I've been in, and it is very womb tomby. And so you can see that the older traditions, you know, whether in the southwestern US or even all the way in Yugoslavia, pit houses digging down into the earth, burrowing down into the earth, rooting down, was part of their practices when building a home. And so to me, that just feels very like Cancer-like going inside the crab shell, but you're literally going down into the mother. And it's really, really quiet inside of pit houses because you're in the earth, you're cocooned in the earth. And you'll see that there's actually a living roof on this pit house. And so it was actually part of the ecosystem. Their homes were part of the ecosystem. And then let's look at this house. So I have the whole slide up here for Catalhoyuk. This is an ancient civilization. I believe it's from about 5,000 BC, which is about the Cancer, the age of Cancer. So those that did the Reclaiming the Feminine series last summer, we talked about this civilization at length. So here's the slide for Catalhoyuk. I'll just talk about it really quickly. So this is an ancient civilization in what is now known as modern day Turkey. It is right by the Taurus mountain range in Turkey. And so 94% of the art in this civilization was all female based, the female body. The womb, birthing rituals, red rooms painted entirely red. And so this is some information here from the book, The Great Cosmic Mother. The city itself was an entire temple. It was built over a sacred well. City lines and centers were in alignment with the stars. To build a place was to share the life of that place. It was an organic and spiritual location. So your home was not actually separate from the elements, even though it did buffer you and protect you from the elements. It was still organic. It was still part of the living environment. And the homes in almost all ancient civilizations, you know, their temples were all in alignment with the sun and certain stars. And so to have a home, it meant something so much happening around the same time period. So interestingly enough, these people at Catalhoyuk, if you can see in this photo here, they buried their ancestors below their homes. Okay, so that was their burial practice, was they actually put them in the roots of their homes. And so it's interesting that the archetype of Cancer rules the home, it rules your ancestry, it rules your roots. And now we can see, you know, with the pit houses and also Catalhoyuk, that they actually, you know, they dug down into the earth, they rooted down into the earth, either to live or to keep their ancestors close to them, close to the home. And I wish I could see what this said on here. I know I wanted to read it to you, but it's too blurry to see. I'm sorry. And so my point is that we should reestablish our relationship with the home. And you can see I am in the mothership right now. I moved out of my mother's house. Thank goddess. It's been so hard to get out of that womb and into the mothership. And the work that I went through doing this here, redoing everything inside of this mothership, was so transformational. It was literally the work of the mother. Everything that went wrong was a reflection of my emotional reality and what I was dealing with emotionally. And so it was incredibly transformational for me to build out this mothership. And so I can't wait to be up on the land and build a cob house. So here we can see the cob house. This is a modern day house that's built with ancient technology. So cob houses are built from clay, straw, and sand. They're really, really cheap to make. You have to spend money though to get the doors or the windows or anything else that you want inside, like cabinets or whatever. But hopefully, we can find that kind of stuff repurposed. But anyways, cob houses are living structures. They are part of the natural ecosystem, just like the ancient peoples. Their homes were sacred. It was so much more than how we relate to a house now. And that's why I'm so intrigued by cob houses. And I can't wait to build one, to have my hands in the mud, and to create my own womb. Okay. The cob actually creates one giant megalithic structure. They're incredibly sound. The oldest cob house is still standing in England. It's 10,000 years old. So earthen structures are incredibly sustainable. They are way less expensive to make. And they're part of Earth. They're living. They're part of the natural ecosystem. So you can have grass on your roof. You can do all kinds of stuff with cob houses. So I feel like they just really reflect the highest expression of the Cancer archetype.